Well, here we are at St. Joseph's Parish with the beautiful statue of St. Joseph, with the composer of the Litany of St. Joseph, Carlos Foggin. Welcome. It's a little cool today, so we thought we'd bring you a little heroic men swag there, keep you a little warm, and they're very popular. Everybody that's gotten one loves it, from bishops on down to priests and laity like myself.
Oh, yeah.
And if that size doesn't fit, we got others. So many of you have asked about the story behind the Litany of St. Joseph that was performed on March 17th.
They're going to be laughing if you try to get it.
Can I help you? There, you got it. You got it. You got it.
His shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Can't swing it around. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, maybe.
Okay. Many of you have asked about the story behind the Litany of St. Joseph, which premiered on March 17th, 2025, here in the city of Calgary at the Jack Singer Concert Hall. And we thought we'd come to visit our buddy St. Joseph to tell that story. And I forgot some other stuff to bring you, but there's always tomorrow.
All right. And take two. Kidding.
So it started back, I believe it was summer of 2020. Everything was shut in. I was on my motorcycle and went to visit our brand new shrine in Canmore. The shrine was opened with just the bishop and one priest assisting because nobody was allowed to attend during COVID. And so I made my way. I was on my motorcycle and I saw this beautiful statuary in the shrine of the death of St. Joseph. And St. Joseph has been a big part of God Squad Canada right from the very, very beginning. In fact, we were called St. Joseph's Covenant Keepers when we started. And I thought to myself, I really like the Chaplet of Divine Mercy and song. I wonder if there's anything we could do for St. Joseph. So I talked to Carlos after the board said, yeah, that's a good idea. And Carlos, it started, you're going, yeah, 8 to 10 minutes, we can get something really nice done.
Yeah, 8 to 10 minutes. I thought. Well, I looked at the Gregorian piece of the propers or the litany. I thought, well, that'd take about 6 minutes to chant, so we could add a little something behind that, and 8 to 10 minutes, we'd get you a fully fleshed out kind of orchestrated litany. Well, that was a little.
That was the beginning. Okay. So we needed funds. Carlos had done a rough estimate of the cost of getting some singers, a small orchestra, and him writing. So we decided to go ahead and do a fundraiser, which was going to be January 2021, but we started promoting it at the beginning of December 2020. It was a dram for St. Joseph. It was going to be a virtual whiskey tasting. Yeah. And then lo and behold, Pope Francis declares the year of St. Joseph on December 8th, that shortly after we started promoting.
Right.
So we raised enough funds, then negotiations and contracts. And so it was all the stuff. It was June 2021 by the time we said, okay, go Carlos. Gave you some money to get started. And then it kind of kept going. Well, COVID kept going, so we kept pushing it off to do the performance. And
until you've got a deadline in sight, and until you know who your singers in your orchestra and what venue you're going to be at, it's hard to really put the final hurdle in the.
Well, and that was one of the things, was originally we were talking about doing the concert at the shrine.
Yeah.
But then one of my mission partners said, no, if we're going to do it, let's do it right. Let's get the Jack Singer Concert Hall. And
and sadly, I wanted to write it with an organ to represent St. Joseph, and the shrine doesn't have an organ yet. Yeah, maybe
Bishop,
one day.
Bishop of Grattan, you're listening. So that's we decided to go ahead, and then you had put me on to somebody to help with the choir as we tried to form a choir for this, and it just never seemed to happen. And so we had one tentative date, which came and went. And then I found another Mark as a choir director to help form a choir. Small problem was he was getting married that summer, so it affected the second date that we had. And all the meanwhile, you're doing what? Rethinking and reimagining this thing? Because he goes, I think we're up to 14 minutes.
14, and we're up to 20. Oh, well, I need to put an introduction on. Oh, well, I should write a few. Oh, is it okay if it's like 30 minutes? I think we ended at 33.
33, 34. We're not sure the actual music, but yeah.
It's a good number.
Yeah. 33 years for our Lord on this earth. So we got a date, because it's hard to say Jack Singer Concert Hall. I'd like it. They don't have a whole lot of dates where you can just say, I like that one.
especially weekends. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were able to get and secure March 17th, 2025, and things just seemed to fall into place. And we were blessed to have 4 soloists, 42-person choir. How many were in the orchestra?
I think it was also 42.
42. It was, everybody that was there was amazed at what transpired. And when you commission something, you're never quite sure what you're going to get. Did you know what was going to happen that night, or you had a better idea?
Well, I suppose I had the best idea of what might happen, but until it happens, it's tough to know. It's like commissioning a painting. You can see it, you can see the sketch, you can see things all the way through. But yeah, as music, we paint on thin air. We paint on silence. So it's hard to know what we got until we're in the room and everything's lined up, and the speeches are done and the lights go down.
Yeah, and for us, I'm not a musical guy in any way, shape, or form, so he could give me the score, and I'm going, that's really nice. That looks pretty. And
those are pretty notes.
So, but I called it a soul penetrating performance, and the feedback from the people was incredible. So we were extremely blessed to have done that, and I want to thank you. And you shared some of your ideas. Like, I've had people come up to me and say, he must have a great relationship with Joseph. Did this lead you to a deeper reflection on Joseph?
Oh, absolutely. I think when you're composing something on a text that's dedicated to everything that literally a litany dives and delves so deeply into a persona and into person and historical figure that all the invocations that we ascribe to him are different pathways and journeys to go down philosophically and historically and spiritually. And so to go down each one of those and searching for the right music, whether it was something that just needed to be said or needed to be explored or needed to be celebrated, downplayed or brought up, depending on what it meant. And I've spent a lot of time with him.
Well, and you also incorporated the role of patron of Canada specifically in this piece by doing 13 movements.
13 movements, yes, to correspond to the 13 provinces and territories of our country. This morning I was doing some thinking also, and I don't think this had occurred to me, but in the mass between the ordinary and the propers, there are 13 pieces.
Oh wow!
You carry out your glory, your sanctus, your benedictus, and your collect, and your all the different things. It adds up to 13.
One fun fact. So, you put a deposit down on the Jack Singer. It's a big ticket item,
mm-hmm.
And then you sell tickets and hope that you sell more than you. But
that's always the story.
That's the fun part of.
Welcome to the music industry.
Yeah, Jesus, I trust in you, and St. Joseph with having my back. You want to hear something funny? After I got my refund from what I put down, it cost $13 to rent the Jack Singer concert hall. So luckily we had some fundraising to cover the rest of the stuff.
Go buy a lottery ticket right now.
And you too can still help us out if you'd like. So any future plans here for you, or is this opened up doors for you as an artist or as a composer?
Yeah, this is it. It was more than I'd ever expected, and we're months after, and still um, people are still talking about this. I get emails and text messages from people saying, we were talking to somebody, we were down at the Bishop's or the cathedral, and somebody was talking about this. I just got back from the national conference with the RCCO, the Royal Canadian College of Organists.
Yes.
And organists from Toronto and Montreal were asking me about it.
Oh, right on.
Never having heard it or just through the grapevine it had come through. So I've received a few commissions for more things based on this. So sometimes it's just a proving ground and a trial. And,
Yep.
and once they've seen it once, they know it can happen, and that trust is built, and things work out. So.
And that's where we're excited too on our end. We're going to present a copy of the score that we've had printed. We're all trying to get it signed at this time by everybody to give to St. Joseph's Oratory. And I was just in communication with the Apostolic Nuncio's office, who was in attendance and absolutely loved the concert. And we're going to be sending a copy to the Vatican with the possibility of maybe us presenting it physically, which would be incredible. So, Carlos, I know you've had a long day, you're fighting a cold, but I want to thank you for everything you've done to help us bring honor to the role of St. Joseph as patron in Canada and the Universal Church.
Well, thank you. I think sometimes those who are in the background are sometimes not celebrated as much as the movers and shakers of the front, but he certainly is steadfast and holds their country in his hands, and it has university. So
it's in good hands. Thank you.